On the last exciting episode, we saw some arbitrary cutscenes and then we fought an arbitrary boss. And now we're going to see some more arbitrary cutscenes. I love this game.
I can just feel your love radiating from those words.
Seriously, the words alone cannot express.
Hard to picture a happy ending.
We don't even know where to go.
I do.
Huh?
There.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Eden?
Lightning, lightning, no, that's...
Oh, that's
no.
a great idea. Just charge right in there. Give him a
Well, it's
taste
good
of
to
the
see
seed,
Saz is still being the straight man here.
You're serious?
Keep running. It's die or turn Seath. There's no place for Lassie to hide. No. They want to fight. Let's take it to the Sanctum's door.
The Sanctum
This isn't
aren't
a
the
game.
ones who made you a Lassie. What the hell are you doing, Lightning?
That's for damn sure.
Oh,
Started with Sarah. The Fal'Cie took her.
I can't honestly say this plan makes no sense at all.
Sanctum's hunting me, an enemy of the state. But who's pulling
I mean-
their strings?
Like, okay, there's only so far you can get
Eden.
by trying to
Cocoon's
apply
sustainer
logic to
and
this
guiding
plot,
light.
but
It probably ordered the purge too.
there's some sort of applicable wisdom about
They're all the same.
riding forth to meet your
And
destiny.
we're all the same to them. Expendable. I'm not dying a Fal'Cie slave.
So I'm going to do exactly what it wants me to.
What are you gonna do?
Destroy.
Yeah.
By yourself? What, are you crazy? Say you pull it off. Hmm? What's that get you? Satisfaction? Something happens to Eden, it's lights out Cocoon.
It's like people always said that the reason people like Saz is because he just doesn't put up with bullshit.
What about Sarah?
He says what's on our minds.
It might even be our focus to make sure Cocoon's...
Our focus doesn't matter. I don't take orders from Fal'Cie. How I live is up to me.
Don't you mean how you die?
Ooh.
Think like that, and it's already over. Better to pick your path and keep moving. Don't worry. I'm after the Sanctum. I'm not out to destroy the world.
But we know from
If
the
it did come to
But we
that,
know from the data log that Eden is the one who
Wonder if our
coordinates
hero
all the
tried to
Fal'Cie
stop
that
me.
keeps everything from going to shit.
You wanna fight Snow
Does
now?
Lightning read the data
Just
log?
like that and your enemies?
next time we meet, we might be too.
When the fear sank in, it tore us all apart. Lightning was suffering, reaching out to us.
This
but
insightful
none of us
narration.
could see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that, Vanille.
Snow deserves it.
Wait,
If only I'd been stronger. None of this ever would
you see, to the couple of people who said that they like Hope so
I
far,
don't know what I should
you're gonna
do.
find out that this is basically what Hope does. Is something happens, and then he will just be all something snow,
You're taking
and
care of
then
me.
whine a
Won't
bit,
be if you keep pushing me like that.
and then that'll be the end of that.
Well, at any rate, whether we like it or not, we now have a permanently divided party. It will be Lightning and Hope and Snow or Saz and Vanille until
with you.
Chapter
I
9.
can't babysit you anymore.
For reference,
I
we
can
are
fight.
currently in
I'm
chapter
not afraid.
4. So yeah, we're gonna have fun with that.
Great. A SciComm hit squad.
So for some reason, I really like that line just now from Lightning. She's just pissed.
Alright, so now it's time for the game to step things up a bit. These guys are, they're just the next step up of the guys who shoot you, but this is the point at which the game will start throwing enemies that use magic against you.
Yeah, magic hurts.
Yeah, so of course you might remember from all those previous bestiary things where it's like, oh, this guy can cast protect and this guy can cure. Yeah, this is the point at which they actually start doing that.
Like just now. Oh hey, they're casting elemental protection. That's something, I guess.
I mean, it's to an element that I'm not going to use at all in this fight, but, you know, it's something.
Oh, at least they're thinking slightly. I mean, they're thinking poorly, but yeah. I don't know, like a lot of other things in this game, we've really said all there is to say about these guys. They're a step up in difficulty from the last game, from the last guys, and they're a slightly more detailed palette swap of an enemy we've come across 3 times now. That's it. This is how Final Fantasy XIII operates.
Really? Thanks.
Well, looks like we're not going back that way, huh? Huh? Gotta justify that tube.
Uh-oh. Army's out to play.
What now?
What now? I mean, we could stay here, but shouldn't we...
Run?
Huh?
Neil.
We should run. If we rush in now, we'll just get in our way.
You know, you're right. I guess. I mean, it's not like Lightning needs any help.
The Saz and Vanille bits are basically just
There'll be more
them
soldiers.
chilling out, doing nothing in
We should keep
particular,
moving.
going somewhere.
Are you worried about the others? I'm sure they got away okay.
I mean,
So can you if you leave
I'll
now.
say this about Lightning's stupid plan.
With
At least
me,
she
it
has
is
a
fight
plan.
after fight. I don't know how it'll end. It's anybody's guess.
I know that. But I need to be stronger. Lightning,
Call me Light.
what's the plan from here?
Through the Gapra Whitewood to Palampolum. We'll find transport to Eden.
Hey, a Final Fantasy
I
IV
live in
reference.
Palampolum. I can show you all the shortcuts.
No side trips.
No need. I don't think Lassie are welcome at home.
Yeah. Light's nickname. I don't understand this at all. I mean, she doesn't use her real name. Her real name is a plot point mystery. She has thrown aside her old identity and taken the name Lightning for some reason. And then she tells people to call her Light. Okay.
Need to get something off your chest?
It's a nickname of a nickname. Yeah, sure.
And hey, we're listening to this fucking music again.
If it's worth anything, this is the last time in the game we have to hear it.
Like, seriously, that's the worst thing about this stretch of the game. It's just constant dun, 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 dun. Makes the battles a bit of a welcome relief.
That was the upgraded gunner last time, this is the upgraded foot soldier. This guy casts fire, that's all he's really notable for.
Yeah, fire still hurts. Yeah, there's some... come on, something... anything other than just monotony in battles? Well, we're already skipping the battles. There's something interesting here.
Upgrade material, woo.
Like, this place just saps your enthusiasm. I mean, even back when I still, I hadn't realised how much I kinda didn't like this game. Just going through this place was just... Man, really? This is still going on?
Yeah, I think I said it in the thread, but this is, in my opinion, straight up the absolute worst part in the game, between this chapter and next.
Whoa, that looked weird.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get... I tried to come up from behind there, but then it was like, nope, no preemptive strike for you anyway, so... whatever. But this is the Eidolon. He is basically just a tank. He shoots you, he can ram you, that's about all he can do for now.
He's a big old tub of HP just to make sure you're still remembering how to stagger people. I gotta say, like, as much as I only kinda like the two-person paradigms, I do kinda like the names that they have for them.
Yeah, the one we're using right now, which is one Commando, one Ravager, this is Slash and Burn.
Again, pretty quintessential two-person paradigm.
Yeah, so the Ravager one is dual casting, two medics is double dose. I mean, they come up with some pretty good names for them.
And it's like I said earlier, the three-person paradigm allows you to multitask. You can multitask with three people, but with two, it's a lot harder, so you have to be a lot more focused and a lot more specialized, and each paradigm becomes more like a single job than before. Of course, you know, this all makes sense when, you know, they throw this system at you for a chapter to let you learn, but no, we're gonna be like this
Any trace of the Lassie?
for like
Nothing.
4 or 5
No
straight
sign it's been
chapters.
activated. Huh? Who's there?
Yeah, that
What was
battle
Psycho
was
doing?
different from all the other battles.
Probably thought we'd try and use a pulse machine to escape.
So hey, that's a Dreadnought.
Maybe we
That's the
should
thing
try
we
it.
fought last time. Nothing could
What does this
possibly
do?
go wrong here, right?
Hey, you're gonna hurt yourself. Don't touch that.
Nah.
Wait, what if it works?
It tried to
Leave
kill
it.
us last time. Why are you doing this, Hope?
I told you to leave it.
Stop! Stop already! I think I got it.
See, this thing here with lightning's
can work
exasperation and this music is pretty much the closest Final Fantasy XIII will come to actually being a JRPG.
Right, so,
Yeah, this looks interesting.
yeah. This is one of the, like, 2 mini-games in the entire game.
Whoa, cool, a mech driving minigame. This could be pretty good.
Yeah, we pretty much just constantly run forward here, and every time we break one of these gates, we get these little power pills, and then with one, we can swing for the fences.
Sweet. Well, this is different.
It is. It's nice to be... It's a nice little break, at least. But, point is, here, we want to kill as many of these little guys as possible. And sometimes they like to line up all nice for you.
That's nice of them.
It's like we're bowling.
Very considerate. What are those Pulsework soldiers?
Yes, they are. And, we will get a reward at the end of this segment, depending on how many we killed, and how... You see, there's like 2 criteria. One's like how many you killed, and one's how long it took you, or whatever.
What would a JRPG would be without these random criteria and arbitrary rewards that just sprung up out of nowhere?
Yeah, I mean, none of the rewards are particularly important or anything, but... I guess it's nice.
And hey, do you have to kill them with the swipe, or can you just walk over them like you did just then?
Oh, that might be what it is. It might be how many killed total and how many you killed with your swipes.
Nice work, Hope.
Say, and then Hope got crushed by
Nice
the Dreadnought.
landing.
The end.
We wish. So Lightning was just running behind the whole
Let's get
time.
moving.
Just need a minute. I'm still a bit winded.
You're too soft.
Wait up!
Oh hey, well that looks like a fun minigame. We should hope we can do that again sometime.
Yeah.
Seriously?
That was it. It's the only time in the entire game you're gonna see that.
Hope we find another one of those things.
You ask for too much, Hope. You ask for too much.
Well, that was an amusing 20-second diversion. Yeah, it's like in retrospect, it was all great in context, but now that whole sequence just sticks out as being really out of place. Because Final Fantasy XIII, on the whole, does not bother itself with these silly JRPG-like minigames. Except then.
Yeah, for better or for worse, Final Fantasy XIII kind of completely ignores the quote-unquote fluff of RPGs, but it has that, so...
I guess they might, well, if you're going to give them design credit at all, you could say that they might have been going for, like, they were trying to pare down as much as possible, something, nothing left to take away sort of thing. But, you know, the battle system's great and everything, except, you know, as I've been saying, it never really goes anywhere interesting that you haven't been able to see coming from the beginning. And outside the battle system, like, what is there, really? Like, there's equipment upgrading, but...
Let's not talk about that.
Agreed. So, like, still, what is there?
You see, that's definitely one of the most legitimate complaints about the game is... You see, because a lot of people say it's linear, but that's not really what they mean, even if they don't necessarily know it.
Yeah, the linear thing gets thrown around a lot, and it kind of both isn't the point.
Because, I mean, yeah, it's linear, but Final Fantasy X was just as linear. The difference is that Final Fantasy XIII, aside from the battle system, really has nothing.
Yeah, like, in 10, sure, you spend most of the game traversing in a, you know, not entirely straight line, but nevertheless a line from one end of the world to the other. But there's stuff to do, and interesting things happen, and eventually you can go back and do stuff. There's, like, actually things to do, other than just continue leveling up and walking towards the end boss. And, like, people talk about how 13 will eventually open up. And anyone who hears that possibly expects that it will open up in the same way that 10 opened up, but nope.
No, when they say 13 will open up, it's definitely not in the same way you're expecting. Basically, it will be not as linear, and there will be big open fields, but that will be the extent of it.
Instead of a line, you get a plane. That counts, right? Technicalities.
Oh, that's a menace. That's a pretty menacing-looking bridge. I think we should stop here for a second.
Yeah. Let's level up. What interesting things will we level up this time? Oh, what was that?
That is launch. Launch is single-handedly the most important ability for a commando. Like, bar none. If you do not have launch, you are not shit as a commando.
Hell yeah. So yeah, speaking of bar... Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that segue.
Yeah, Hope is so as it was kind of demonstrated there, Hope is your best mage. He gets almost all of the abilities. Like Lightning, she'll get Thundaga, and Snow will get Blizzaga, but Hope gets all of them.
Yeah, Hope gets all the power spells. Like, Hope is a pure magic. You can get Ravagers, but like we've been saying, Ravagers aren't mages. You can get the strikes, but Hope is pure magic. So he's pretty good. And something defensive synergist.
This isn't working.
Huh?
I mean, you're a liability.
But he's not exactly
You'll just slow
doing
me
very
down.
much synergy right now.
I'm sorry, but I can't protect you when...
You can't leave me here. You gotta take me with you.
Enough! The whole world is against us. Ugh. I can barely keep myself alive, let alone some helpless kid! I don't
I
have
like
time to beg.
how little she seems to be
You
paying
wanna get
attention
tough?
to the light that appears to
Do
be
it on your
blazing
own.
out of her heart.
Uh-oh, I recognize this.
Oh dear.
Yup.
Oh
cannot be
god.
Hello, Odin.
Oh boy.
So we know what this means.
It's time for a stupid puzzle boss?
You got it. Alright, so, Odin. His gimmick, like Shiva's, was protecting himself with the Sentinel. Odin's gimmick is all about healing. Or, as the game specifically puts it, healing the wounded.
I guess you could say we have to, sunglasses, keep hope alive.
Yes, that's the point of it. Pretty much, aside from hitting him with stuff to drive the chain gauge up, you want to heal Hope, and that'll more or less get you through.
Yeah. Fortunately, Odin is nicely organised into phases. He'll sit here and do his blocking thing, and that means you wail on him. Because you don't have to deal damage, you just have to get the chain boost up. And then he starts attacking, and that just means you have to start healing, because if you don't start healing while he's attacking, you're gonna die. I mean, technically you're gonna die anyway, because of Doom, but who's counting?
Yes, he actually does surprisingly little actual damage. He just attacks a lot.
I guess they were going for some sort of plot thing here with, you know, it's dramatic irony, because in order to not die to Odin, Lightning has to start protecting Hope. Which is the exact thing she was complaining about. Every now and then, the plot and mechanics of Final Fantasy XIII will actually manage to link up. But only every now and then.
You know, in retrospect, there is a bit about... Eventually they will kind of explain the purpose of Eidolons and what causes them to actually be summoned. And in light of that, the fact that Odin comes out here is kinda questionable, but...
Oh dear, are you about to start evaluating Final Fantasy XIII's plot for internal consistency?
yeah, that's a ways away. We'll deal with that when the time comes.
I've warned you about this. Anyway, this looks just barely manageable.
Yeah, we're almost there. Now, if only Hope would actually start casting since he's in his designated blocking phase. But nope, you took too long, and now I'm gonna die!
It's a little bit annoying that you can't do a sync up of everyone's ATB. You can't just have everyone hold off until everyone's gauges are full. No all-out double Ravager last minute.
Yeah, pretty much, well, basically, the thing is that Odin is... he's kind of a dick.
Just
Like, Shiva was a freebie. Like, as soon as you figured out how Sentinel worked, there was really no reason you should ever be losing to her. Odin is much harder, and you have to actually actively be working at it, or else, even when you know what you're doing, like I did, you're still gonna lose.
Yeah, all the Eidolon fights are like this. They're basically just gigantic dicks. And stupid puzzle bosses. And the game messes with your paradigm sometimes before them. It's really dumb. More or less everything about them is dumb. Including one thing we haven't even seen about them yet, which is dumb. But boy, we will complain about it when the time comes.
Alright, let's try this again.
Because, you know, the one thing people want from me is more complaining about Final Fantasy XIII.
Thank you.
Here's something that isn't a complaint, though. I've never got what's, like, you know, just from a graphic design standpoint, what is the point of not having to fill the Gestalt gauge up all the way before you can win? I mean, it looks like it's got a black bar that goes all the way to one side, but in practice you only have to fill it up about 70%.
Yeah, it's weird about that. But, yeah, as you can see, going at it with dual casting instead of slash and burn is, much, much better.
Yeah, it's not about, like, maintaining a big long combo and building up, like, stagger as much as, like it is with other people. It's like every time you hit him with magic, you get some chain going up. So you don't really need to, like, stagger him in the way you do other enemies. You just have to hit him with magic. And it will have the desired effect. I mean, look, we're like halfway done already. Also, to anyone wondering, yes, the heartbeat sound effect does get a bit annoying after a while.
Follow my lead.
Oh, damn it, Hope, you're so useless. Back up.
Sure, it would be nice if Hope could do that to us when we died from Doom. Then this whole system would be pointless. And wouldn't that be a shame?
But we're done. Fuck this shit.
I wonder what cool thing Odin's gonna turn into. That...
Yep.
And rose petals and everything. Well then. Oh, now we have a horse. This'll make getting around a bit easier, right? Hey, Lightning, where'd the horse go?
Lightning! Whoa. Your brand looks different. Was that an Eidolon?
Hope you can't see her brand. It is on her chest.
Oh, it's kind of
Mumbo jumbo.
shining and everything.
I must have hit my head on that purge train.
Has Lightning just been willfully obtuse?
Really in your way? I'll do better. I'll try harder.
We'll toughen you up.
Good God.
I'm sorry about before.
No, don't apologize. You were right.
The amount of things we could have prevented if she just left him here.
But surprisingly, this is not actually the end of this little bit here. We got one more fight to go through.
Oh, are we actually going to get a chance to try out an Eidolon in battle?
Well, they sure want us to, so I suppose we can indulge them just this once.
Got my back?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'll bet this will be really awesome.
Alright, so,
TLDR, summoning is a technique.
yes, summoning is very expensive, so you're very rarely going to use it anyway. But,
By the way, just pointing us out for later, remember the shape of that crystal. You were saying?
so, if you have played Final Fantasy XII, or I think even X does it this way too, this should look very familiar.
Yeah, you summon a guy and the guy fights for you.
Yeah, he straight up replaces the rest of the party. So you can see the Gestalt gauge under lightning now.
You still build it up by doing stuff.
Yeah, as you do combos, that's going to increase. And that will be important in a little bit. Odin's SP meter is his HP. It goes down automatically, and it goes down every time he gets hit. When it goes down to 0, he disappears.
So before he disappears, you hit the driving button. And then we go through this exact cutscene that we've seen before again.
But it's so majestic.
Somebody spent tens of thousands of hours animating this, and by God, they're gonna make you do it every time.
Actually, that's skippable.
Okay.
But okay, this is the Gestalt mode.
Hey, this is just like an action game with combos and button mashing, right?
So for the more you build up the Gestalt gauge before you engage this, the more you get in the gauge. And each attack has its own cost to it. And as you can see, you can either have the AI pick for you, or you can do it yourself.
There's basically no point in picking it yourself.
Honestly, I disagree with that.
Until next
Because
time.
I did a manual and another recording that I did of this. I actually wiped the entire team with Odin in Gestalt mode. So you can do it well.
Eidolons are really weird in just in terms of how powerful they are. I mean, that guy he dealt half of his health, and he conveniently got his stagger gauge reset. Like, I think ostensibly the point is, while you've got the guy fighting on foot, you want to get everyone staggered, and then when you go into Gestalt mode, you want to deal a bit more damage, and then at the very last minute you break out your super move, and that deals a whole load of damage. But if you don't kill them with that, then their stagger gauge resets.
Sorry.
Don't sweat it.
You might have also noticed that we got a full heal once Odin left. That is
Around.
the thing that happens, so you can use them as an absolute last-ditch emergency heal if you have to.
Yeah, honestly, like, I always found that aspect of it much more useful than, you know, the actual battle part. It's a complete free heal for everything up to and including death. You get all your health back, think it even cures your debuffs, and everyone's fully healed. Hell, I think you even get a free ATB gauge.
You might, actually. I'm not positive offhand, but I'm pretty sure you do.
Only problem is, it costs 3 TP.
And you can only bank 5, so...
Yeah. So, strictly once per fight, and then you won't be able to do it again for a while. Let's use an Ether Soul. God damn it, Hope.
Well, if nothing else, the whole deal with Odin has finally caused Lightning to chill the hell out a little bit, and she won't be quite as bitchy, at least.
If only we didn't keep Hope alive.